The best thing to come out of this episode was the fact they used the sassy lost child meme from the One Punch Man anime for dienios. Honestly, it just fits in perfectly, and I love that they used it. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today we're doing all things episode 69 of the Yugioh Go Rush anime series. An okay middle of the park episode that sees dienios versus Tremolo, while exploring more about his cuties before quite literally dropping the new antagonist into the show. So, to start off, I want to give you my reasons as to why I said this episode was just an okay middle of the park episode. I liked how they're exploring some more characters within the series and moving the plot slowly, little by little. And thanks to this door, my enjoyment for the Voidabar Heaven Star monster did increase. Because at first, this was a door that I really was not interested in. Because it just seemed like a matchup that was just like, whatever. Tremolo is a very mid-tier character, as his deck has lost a lot of that air of mystery about it since this first arc of the season concluded. And the playstyle remains very fixated and samey. So again, the duels with this max monstering just don't feel fun anymore. On the other hand, we have a character within this episode who I just don't enjoy at all, and that is dienios. I understand that she might be sassy and annoying, and that's just her character, but to me, that's not fun, and I don't like watching it. Oh, returning to the positives about the characters though, it was great seeing how much respect and pride they have for their respective superiors. Obviously, with Tremolo and with Phaser, and dienios with Zuijin. I liked how they both actually started off with this conflict about which one is better, but then later came to the understanding that in some ways, both Phaser and Zuijin are very much alike. And it was quite funny to actually see this unravel and to actually experience that realization firsthand for ourselves as the viewer. But come on, let's be honest. We all know that Zuijin is better in terms of character and in terms of dueling. That could create a bit of a discussion. Go for it. Who do you think is better, Zuijin or Phaser? Moving along, let's focus more on Tremolo's character and trying to understand why he was avoiding his cuties slash secretaries. Well, there are a few reasons as to why this could be happening. Firstly, he might just find them too much, and sometimes just quite annoying because of their personalities. But after seeing how much he genuinely does care about them, this idea doesn't seem very likely. My best guess would be that Tremolo is avoiding them out of guilt. When you hurt or betray someone you care about, you often feel a sense of guilt towards them. This is of course because you caused that person pain and suffering. And Tremolo did in turn do that to these characters. They are loyal and committed to Tremolo, but he turned them into cards, thus giving himself his maximum. Now it's unclear as to whether or not he was forced to do this by evil Phaser, or if the girls volunteered to allow themselves to be carded, but at the same time, this experience still happened either way, and it could have caused some inner conflict for Tremolo. And now, after they've returned to human form, he's unsure how to face them after doing that to them because he cared so much about them. But let's be honest, these girls don't care about that. Like I said, they're super loyal and they love Tremolo. I can't see a single thing on this planet that he could do to them to make them hate it. They take pride in the fact that they became his maximum, and they could help him and serve him more in battle. Like, that to them was a big honor, a big privilege. I did think it was weird slash unfortunate how they didn't acknowledge the fact that they each look like one of the trap cards that Tremolo uses as his signature combo. Was it Abyss Prevent War, Abyss Protection, and Abyss Ultimail? Like, these three secretaries literally have their bases on these trap cards, and they don't mention that at all within this episode. Strange. However, when we did actually get to learn and see more about the individual personality traits, I thought this was one of the highlights of the episode, as it was a pleasant display. So, jumping into the show, from space in a suitcase, I believe, we have Zion. Now, it's unclear as to whether or not this is the same person as Providence from the Luke arc. After all, yes, they appear to look the same, but Zion seems to have this more intimidating presence slash aura about him when he entered this episode. Again, it's possible that they are the same person, and what we saw previously was like a cover up, but it's still unclear based on what we see at the end of this very episode. Alternatively, if it's not a cover up, then it could have been the same person, but Providence has been in contact with the creator, and thus he's now more evil slash antagonistic. Kind of like how we saw with Phaser when he changed after coming face to face with the Relic, before the whole invasion of MIK started. And of course, we have another instance with the Relic altering Yuumu's personality. So it's possible that this could be the case, but at the same time, based on that other little clip we had from the previous episode, where he was just kind of sunbathing, and we saw that he was the one who furniturized the Luke, again, anything's possible. Either way, it was a very cool entrance to just drop in on us like that. So those are my quick thoughts on this episode. I'm very intrigued to see how Zion will implement himself into the story, and if being on Earth changes his methods of turning people into furniture items, like we saw with the Luke. Obviously, in space, a big laser just kind of engulfed him, and thus he became a chair. However, turning people into furniture on Earth might be different, because maybe you have to lose to Zion in a duel for him to turn you into a item. Thus also making it so that Zion technically makes himself an entrance for this tournament if he's got to go around facing enemies and turning them into items for his pleasure, thus getting Yugioh into the tournament fixture, because we know that he hasn't yet seriously entered into the tournament based on what we've seen on screen. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments down below, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more things Yu-Gi-Oh! Have a great day. Alligator, matane. Goodbye.